on immigration, mainly the wall and fence. Then we have the two candidates. Trump supporters, please go first.
Trump wants to build a wall on our border to Mexico. And if he does that, that would strengthen our borders and make illegal immigration less common. And if illegal immigration is less common, then more American workers will have jobs, and more American workers will not lose their jobs to illegal immigrants.
Okay. And my second, are you done?
No.
Oh.
Trump wants to build the wall so that he could protect the economic well-being of lawful immigrants already living in America by curbing uncontrolled foreign worker admissions. Trump wants to enforce the illegal immigration laws to make sure that people who come here illegally, he wants them out so that they could come back in legally, and then they would have to do everything like a normal American citizen would. Like if somebody were to come from Europe and come in legally, it wouldn't be fair if somebody who would come from Mexico or Asia or something like that who came in illegally. It wouldn't be fair because they wouldn't have to really pay taxes that much, like you know how every month pay taxes, stuff like that. The people who are illegal, the government doesn't really know about them because they haven't done anything to be here legally.
Alright, and let's hear from you the second.
Clinton wants to protect our borders not with a wall, but rather bringing the illegal immigrants out of the shadows and enforcing the labor laws. She wants to use extreme vetting instead of a physical border. Trump's idea to build a wall would be a waste of time and money because the Pew Research study shows that 40% of undocumented Mexican immigrants get here by plane, showing up with their visas and overstaying their welcome. If you're wondering just about how much money they're proposing to waste, the New York Times showed that to cover the rest of the border would cost about $20 billion, and this is only covering the 60% of immigrants that fly in, while the other 40%, or the 60% that walk in, and the other 40% that continue to fly in.
Okay, thank you. Alright, our next debate,
Wait.
make sure we keep it down to about a minute and a half, so kind of cut some of you short. I only wanted one. You know what, I forgot to tell this class I only wanted one topic, so I got your first topic. All I wanted to hear was the wall. Alright, the next one is going to be on refugees. We have the two candidates up. And Trump will go first.
As we know, there's over 10 million Syrian refugees that want to get into America. But the thing is that the risk and resources that we won't be able to cover. We are already in a big debt, and adding 10 million more mouths to feed and shelter will not help. And not to mention that it's hard not to say that at least one won't be a terrorist. Out of those 10 million, the odds are really low that not one of them will be a terrorist.
Okay, and let me hear from the Clinton side.
We are in the midst of the worst refugee crisis since World War II. Hillary Clinton wants to bring in 65,000 refugees. She says we cannot let groups like ISIS intimidate us into abandoning our humanitarian obligations and values. She wants to put in tough vetting processes and security checks, but does not want to discriminate against Muslims and turn away Syrian refugees who are fleeing the groups we are trying to fight.
Okay, thank you. Give them both a hand. And next we'll hear on welfare. And we are going to go with the Trump supporters first. You may begin.
Trump wants to repeal and replace Obamacare because it costs $1 trillion, around $1 trillion, and let less insurance companies support it. Also, it costs a few $100s a month, and next year it'll increase by $100 or more.
Okay, thank you. And let me hear from the Clinton side.
Okay, so yeah, Obamacare covers like millions of people, like 20 million people or something like that. Yeah. So if you take away Obamacare, people that like need Obamacare because they can't afford other health cares, well, yeah, they can't get like the other better health care, so they'd be left without health care. And Clinton also wants to let people over 55 years old apply for health care, so like if they were like older and then Obamacare came up, they be insured. Yeah. That's why.
Okay, thank you. Give me a hand. And the next one we have is on crime. Please step up. And the first we'll hear from the Trump camp.
Donald Trump feels that the death penalty should be brought back, and it should be brought back strong because too many people are, per se, killing a family and going to jail for 10 years or for life, but then when they come back, they're killing more people, and too many people are dead because of that, and that's bad. So he feels that if it's brought back, it'll save more lives, because if somebody kills a whole family, then they go to jail, and they come back, and sometimes they'll just kill another family. I've heard about multiple cases where that's been the case.
Okay, and then we hear from the Clinton side.
Hillary Clinton believes that the death penalty should be brought back but reserved for terrorists. She thinks that the states have proven themselves unworthy of carrying out fair trials, and that she would breathe a sigh of relief if either the Supreme Court or the states eliminated the death penalty. At this point, given the challenges we face from terrorist activities, most of them that end up under federal jurisdiction for very limited purposes, I think that the death penalty can still be held and reserved for those.
Hey, thank you. All right, and our last topic, we're going to deal with the military. Okay, I two candidates up. First, we'll hear from the Trump side.
What Donald Trump wants to do is he wants to kind of work with Russia to take ISIS down because of their terrorism. He also wants to make the military much stronger, putting in more money to make it stronger, getting more nuclear bombs and weapons. But Hillary Clinton doesn't want to send in troops to ISIS to take him out. But if we don't send in troops, how are we going to take him out? There's nothing we can do, and they're just going to keep on attacking America.
Okay, Clinton side.
Hillary believes that sending ground troops into ISIS is a bad idea because you're risking thousands of soldiers' lives. And Donald believes that it's okay to send ground troops into ISIS because he needs to take away their wealth and their oil. And that shows that Donald is ignorant and selfish.
Okay, thank you. Give a round of applause to all my debaters.